get after it. So, a light warm up. Oh, sound's working. Let's turn that down. Cool. Every video I've posted in the last month, for whatever reason, as soon as I go live, the sound doesn't work and I have to stop it and redo the stream. Smart Gamer, what's up? Any absent Jarl, what's up? Why is feeling good bad? Because I do stupid shit like go to the bouncy house with my daughter and I can't walk for a week. I feel young and that's when shit happens. My wife, God bless her, she was playing basketball today with the kids, and she rolled her ankle, and it was the size of a grapefruit. So, father time comes for all of us, I guess. I wish I was, I was on Anna's archive, you should check it out. I spent the last day, and we'll continue. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Anything noteworthy or particular you're reading? Great work on the thumbnail. I've been using AI just for like polish stuff. I've been messing around with it. I'm trying to I guess I'm trying to make a polished presentation. So we went to I don't know what it's called, but it's like basically a giant hamster tube for kids. And they got trampolines indoors, and they got like that rock climbing, but it's not really rock climbing, but it's not even like, I wouldn't even compare it to like an indoor rock climbing place for adults. It's kid friendly. I was the only parent that was playing with the kids, like in the thing. And I literally, as soon as I got home and relaxed, my knee swelled up and I couldn't walk. So, just picked up trickle down theory. Oh, tax cuts for the rich. Thomas Sowell, is that pronounced? Did I pronounce that right? Sowell. He's awesome. I love that guy. He improves supply side economics. Man, you just go right for it, bro. I had a couple of longtime viewers said that they dislike my streams because the troll thing, which is like ubiquitous with YouTube. I mean, how do you get around that? I think I at least have fun with that. But he said he doesn't like the topics of discussion that we have. And I said, well, give me some context. What do you dislike? And I think he might be a little bit on the liberal side, so he might. But the point is I get a lot of criticism, but I don't get any feedback. Nobody actually, what would you do better? Like, I don't like you. Okay, that's helpful. Uh, you said feeling good is bad. Is that a euphemism? No. No. Let me turn the sound off. Sorry about that. I left the. Oh crap! God damn it! There's no problem with. There we go. Turn that off. You can see my boobies for free. I want you, hey, Smart Game Review, see if you can pick up a copy of the Encyclopedia Italiana, authored by Benito Mussolini. I say that book a lot. I've been trying to hint that you should pick it up, and not because it has any. It doesn't really state anything new. But what it'll give you is actual definitions of pejoratives that are commonly used in modern parlance, things that are tossed around when you insults that a liberal might leverage towards a conservative. They just like calling you a Nazi, for example, which is pretty much anybody that just disagrees with you. But it's I have not met too many people who've actually what's the word I'm looking for? The history of words. Nobody's actually gone back and like read the origin of the definition, and it doesn't really. When Hitler borrowed a lot of ideas from it, but National Socialism was not the same thing as what Mussolini, his ethos, his ideology, what he envisioned. But it gives you context, and then you can see where the actual definition came from, who wrote it, and what it was intended to be. Not that it really helps, because most people, that throw that slur around these days, they have no idea what, they think it's like a far right ideology. And basically, when they call someone a Nazi, they're just talking about conservatives that go to church, But it's interesting if you do go back and look up the actual definition by the man who, penned the phrase. Oh, we got a spammer. Right on. See, when I go to click on the message to read it, this block pops up, and it gets in the way, and then when I tap it, I can't see what the actual message is. 'Cause, I like to see what kind of retards I'm dealing with. Okay, great, thanks. Oh, he just said, hello, sir, hello, sir. Okay, he's just being retarded. Right on. My wife's in the house. What's up, baby? What did I just do? I just clicked on something I shouldn't have. Is that Mr. Kennedy? Yeah, my voice. The COVID vaccine. What even? Yeah, that's what happens when you drop a barbell on your neck. Don't do that. It's not great for your. I used to have a nice Sam Elliott deep voice. Now it sounds like I smoke a pack of cigarettes at a time. Are you familiar with John Skywalker? I did literally national. It's literally National Socialism. So you read that? That's awesome. Mussolini looks like the blocks with faces that slam up and down at Mario. Yeah, he was an ugly motherfucker, wasn't he? What are your thoughts on Looksmaxxing and the black pill? I think so. Anytime it's basically idol worship. It's hard for me to say anything about someone who's trying to whose life goal is to improve the way they look. I probably have body dysmorphia and I have self-esteem issues, and like it's hard to find somebody who works out like I do, and that doesn't have some kind of a mental issue and doesn't like what they see in the mirror. But uh, what they've done is it's 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 a dangerous obsession that will waste most of your time. I mean, there are outliers. I've seen a couple of guys that do some of that stuff, and they do improve the way they look, and I think everything in moderation is probably fine. I mean, why I mean, all of us try to present ourselves in a way that we think is going to be appealing to people around us, but it's on top of an unhealthy obsession to it's almost like it's become an ideology, and there's an implied expectation that when they don't get their way, when they find out that just your looks alone is not what's going to form a lasting partnership with the opposite sex or whatever you're into, then they become hateful and resentful. That's the black pill portion of it, and underneath all of that is a deep-seated resentment. Essentially, it's a lack of personal responsibility. They never take responsibility. If you think about it, like, if you can't attract the opposite sex, like you just don't know how to talk to women, whatever it is, the common denominator is not women, it's you. Like, if you're repelling the opposite sex, if you're repulsive to the point where you can't get someone to go out on a date with you, it's really easy to blame women as the problem. But the other thing is that they don't look at people as human beings. They look at them as resources. Essentially, there's an implication that a woman owes them. Like, and you're it's completely solipsistic. It's very selfish, and it you got to get past the part where you think women are here to serve you, or people in general. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here, babe. Narcissistic. I mean that word's thrown around a lot, but yeah, essentially, black pill. I like anything that snaps people out of progressive, or we'll say postmodernism, or the whole far left ideology that's been poisoning our society for the last decade, is a step in the right direction, but they've swung the pendulum way too far to where they're cynical and basically the world's shit and nothing good's ever going to happen. It's like, that's not a way to live either. It's hard to exact joy out of that mindset. Which you really the key is service to other people. Almost all of your problems can be solved when you take personal responsibility for your flaws and start doing things for other people, and not because you can get something from them, but just because I think the highest calling for a man is service to other people. And it's not to say that like we're all like self-serving and selfish to a degree, but it's you got to get past that thing where I think one of the big problems our country's facing is individualism without responsibility, is hedonism and solipsism and this self-centered me thing. Our founding fathers had it right. I'm a staunch individualist, and I believe that all men are created equal, and we all have the God-given right to pursue happiness. But there was always a scaffolding of, you could say like Judeo-Christian principles of morality, an objective morality, that kind of guided people. Like, you ever heard the term enforced monogamy? That term basically, like, people hear that and they think like, oh, the state's forcing you to marry one person. And no, what it is like socially enforced. Like, it was the traditions. And what we've done is we've pretty much eradicated all of that to where people are now just completely guided by their own self-interest. And you've seen, like, if in absence of, we'll say, religion or some sort of a moral scaffolding, people will latch on to something because we all want to belong. And that, if you remove a cause, they'll find one. All right. I wanted to bench press. What are your thoughts on Looksmaxxing? Like, I checked out the philosopher of fascism because the lefty intellectuals hide him from history. Yeah, it's interesting how we learned a lot about, the Nazis, Hitler, but you don't hear anything. Like, I didn't learn anything in school about, the regime that in Spain or the 1917 revolution, the Bolsheviks, Mao Zedong, Pol Pot, even Cuba. I mean, the fact that you have these, like, college, these, anybody with a Che Guevara shirt on obviously has not studied history. And if they have, they're evil. And that's just a failure. I mean, you have to. I always ask myself, why? Why were we not taught these things? And why were we taught what we were taught? And how come there's never a mention of the greatest evil that's ever happened in history, which was one lifetime away from us, and now you're seeing a resurgence of this ideology that's been so thoroughly disproven. It's laughable to think that anybody would want to jump on that bandwagon, and yet here we are. And it's just a profound failure of our educational system. I mean, hell, I didn't really start learning that until I was already in the Marines a couple of years. I didn't know shit. It was right after the towers. When the towers fell is when I started taking a real interest in things. Let's see. It's literally prevent inner unions and struggles among the collective to replace unions with one big major union. Yeah. I just don't want to have to send good morning text every day. That's bare minimum, though. No issue with Christianity, just please make it shorter and don't spam. Well, I mean, if anybody, you know me, I'm all about freedom, your personal beliefs, and everybody's welcome here, but I'm going to say if you have a problem with Christianity, you're not going to have a great time talking to me. What's cracking, half pint? What's up, Grady? Not much, man. Just trying to get my old ass moving some weight. Do you do the gator meat diet? I don't even know where to get gator meat. Can I join the gym fitness training there, my friend? Absolutely. Lord Rudy, Angel of Death. I like it. How did I spam? No, okay, well, I mean, you kind of do go pretty deep with your comments, and it's the average person passing through might look at what you're typing and be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Fair, right? I'm a moron lifting weights in my garage, and you're talking about Thomas Sowell, and it's a welcome subject, but you have to understand that the average person's like on their toilet taking a shit. I sometimes wonder if you're capable of light conversation. And that's not to say I want you to change. I'm merely stating that it does concern me a little bit how serious you are all the time, and I wonder if there's any levity in your life. I don't know. How do we fix that? All right. Sometimes you just gotta talk shit with the boys, you know? Tits and ass. bent the shit out of this thing. I don't know how that happened. You know what? After I bench, maybe I'll do some weighted pull-ups. All right. Whew. This man is a genius. Don't let him convince you otherwise. And me? I don't know that. Started a bench double after gator meets? I think that's what happens when you read multiple books of economics. Yeah. Yeah, you and I, what we need to do is, actually, you and I need to collaborate. Like, maybe even start a second channel. You know what? Tomorrow, we see if I can get a hold of you on Instagram. I'm going to I got an idea I want to run by you. I got an idea. Because the problem is like, you know, we're a dumbass lifting weights in his garage, and we're talking about geopolitics. It kind of excludes everyone else from the conversation. But with the amount of education that you're taking upon yourself, I think it would be really cool if we had like a forum to actually explore that, where it wasn't like in between, you know, tits and ass jokes. You're talking about like Ayn Rand and other guys telling me how gay my shorts look. Yo, good job, man. I can barely do the bar. Seagull. Oh, we gotta work on that. Pancakes are indeed delicious, Gray. You on juice? Yeah, I'm 51, man. What do you think? Not until I look like Brad Pitt. What's your favorite Bible verse, if you have one? John 14:6. Bringing back Halo 3. Favorite verse? I don't know what the verse is. It's let your yes be a yes and your no be a no. I have to think about that. Lots in Matthew. Favorite verse? Like a zinger or like a mic drop. Let's think about that. That's a good question. I need to read Ayn Rand. Yeah, I figured I'd throw that name out there because I know I haven't heard you say that one yet. I'll get you great gator meat recipe. Recipes are great. Where the fuck am I going to get gator meat? Discord is still a shell template. Oh. Okay, yes. So, well, I don't really want to go into it on the stream here, but I had a hiatus from YouTube, let's say. Like I didn't get offline, but you know I was going through some stuff. And I got a new phone number. I've had that number for 20 years. So I had to cut ties with some people, sort of make a fresh start. So unfortunately I got behind on a lot of things, and I'm trying to get back on track, and the Discord is one of them. Thank you for reminding me. As a matter of fact, let me write that down on my little list over here. I still have a list that I have forced to look at when I walk in the garage. It's a little whiteboard. And I can make all the memos I want online and set alarms, and I'll still be like, I'll do it later, and then it's gone. But I have that whiteboard, and I'm forced to stare at it every time I walk in the garage, and it's got stuff like throw garbage out, truck parking light. Oh, did we fix that, babe? I think I got the parking light fixed. Thou shalt not eat gator meat. Do you even lift, bro? 2005 called. It wants his pejorative back. Big man for Sheezy. So you went Incredible Hulk and then had to move on and get another number. No. No, I'm not going to go into it right now. Let's just say I wasn't living right. We'll leave it at that. If you follow my channel, I'm pretty open about all this stuff that I've done and have gone through. But I don't know. I really want to. I'm kind of sick of that subject. Let's just say, family man, mid six-figure income, everything's great. Had some issues, lost income, almost lost everything, and now back on track, making good money again, working out, gonna compete. Things are good. Things are we're on the right track. Georgie, what's up, brother? Yeah. It's a great example of just jumbling words and ideas till it doesn't make sense. You know, you're talking about communism. That's you just described. You just did a book report on Das Kapital. Oh, I gotta get a drink here. Let's see here. Strawberry. Oh. Where's the fizzy? It's a bad sign when you open up a carbonated beverage and it doesn't fizz. It doesn't fizz now. Free roam int. Let's see. 1,000 air. Oh, hold on here. Wait for it. What do you think? There we go. Happy you're back on track. 1,000 air radio? 1,000 airy radio. Thank you. Things are still crazy, but we're on the right track. The fizzy has been gone lately. Yeah, if you notice that, it seems like one out of every 5 of them, you open them up and there's no fizz. It's like, what the hell, man? I'll just drink water if that's the case. All right. Stop it, smart gamer. What did you do? Luckily, it was 10 seconds only. Yeah, smart gamer. We need to have a conversation off stream. Because okay. Smart gamer, this is for you specifically, and please do not take this the wrong way. But a lot of people have been coming to me and complaining that you dominate the stream with pretty high-end conversational topics, but you don't relent. You don't know how to read the room and back off. People get upset, and I've let it slide a few times because you and a couple other people have gotten into it, and it's causing me traffic. Like, you're actually killing my stream. I'm losing people that could subscribe to the channel. They're being off-put by. It's not necessarily the topics. The topics are fine. It's the fact that you latch on like a pit bull on a pork chop and you just won't let go for any reason. And I didn't want to say anything. It's like, because you're enthusiastic and it's all the stuff that I'm into. So I don't want you to lose that. I need you to learn when it's appropriate. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta kind of learn to read the room a little better. When people are getting annoyed and they're saying, "Can you please fucking stop?" You don't necessarily have to, because who's to say they're right? But I would at least look to see what is the issue. Like, what is everyone complaining about? And you're not the only one. I'm not. I don't want you to think that this is you specifically, because I do read everything, and I go back and I read the comments, because a lot of times I miss it while I'm lifting. And it's like, I kind of need you guys to, all of you, my mods, just like back off. You guys are here to support the channel. And if you're, ask yourself this: is this going to cause people to leave, or is it going to cause them to stay? Because I am actually trying to grow this thing. And if you're being off-putting to the point where people are, they're complaining and they just don't want to, they're just done, they just move on, I'm never going to get those people back again. So help me out, okay? Just like, maybe just learn to kind of tone it down a little. And I don't want you to take that wrong, because I love you, man. I really do. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're a moderator, and I'm really excited that you're learning all this stuff. And I want to even explore some of these things. It just like It's hard to really parse out a lot of this stuff while we're streaming. I mean, I can barely fucking read, dude. Like, you see, like, I'm like, huh? What are these kids going on about? God damn it! Like, so just something to think about. Okay, I'm not upset. I don't want you to think I'm upset. I just kind of I want all of you guys, all my mods, any absent smart gamer, all you guys, like, work with me here. Help me out. Even more Jack since the last time I saw you, J. Frank. It's the lighting. You get the lighting just right. No, you know what? I did lose just like a. It's amazing what losing 2 or 3 pounds strategically will do for you. Because I normally walk around probably about 15% body fat normally. So if I just like do a little crash diet for a week, it's like, and you get the right lighting behind you, pops, huh? It's all lies. I always say, like, the number one tool for fitness is good lighting. Dude had to unmoderate his moderator because he kept blocking all his followers. Yeah, the communism joke was hilarious. No, like, guys, like, grain of salt. I'm not upset. I don't want anyone to think like, keep doing what you're doing. Just like tone it down. Like, put the people in the chat before you, if that makes sense. All right. You guys are my eyes and ears, man. I can't read this shit. I'm fucking blind as a bat. Fresh, excited. So excited to me. All right. Gilbert says, hey. View deleted message. Well, I can't view deleted message. Alright. Whatever. Let's see here. Do it. God damn it, I love you, baby. Says, do it. That lift ain't shit. I'm trying not to lose a tease just watching him lift that. You're not gonna have a spotter every day of your life. People are like, I don't have a spotter. Uh, uh, I don't know. What do I do? Should I just like open my garage and start yelling at people when I walk down the street? Hey, can you spot me? I have spotter arms, incidentally. What's your address so we need to call 911? I actually, I have a video where I dropped the barbell on my neck. I almost died. I forgot to put my spotter arms on. Those two middle bars on either side of the bench act as the spotter and will catch the weight if he fails last rep. Yeah, I don't really bother explaining that to people because I don't believe that anybody in chat that says stupid shit like that really gives a fuck about my personal. I think just people like want to be heard. Like, oh, you shouldn't. Like, what was that? I got a comment on a video where I'm shooting in the desert and I'm wearing what is that? The M12 hip holster that the UCP camo pattern that the Army got rid of and I picked up at a surplus store for $20. And the he says, you're wearing that holster too low. That's not how a real shooter would wear it. And I'm like, what? Like, just people like that, where they just like, first of all, who the fuck are you? Who makes you the authority? And second of all, like, what are you fucking babbling about? Like, there's no other way to wear the goddamn thing. It doesn't adjust up or down. It's just like stupid shit like that. So when I get comments like, oh, you shouldn't deadlift if you don't have shoes on, like, okay, fucktard. Like, what are shoes gonna do for me? you could drop your weights on your feet. Yeah, well, what kind of a fucking retard are you that you're deadlifting, where you're gonna drop something on your foot? Like, how does that even happen? And second of all, what's a shoe gonna do for you? It's just gonna keep the fucking mangled parts of your toes in one spot so you don't have to go look for them. I don't fucking know. Like, it's just, people just say dumb shit, and I just kind of go, yeah, all right. Yeah, you could die doing that. Yeah, you could. What's your point? Like, I don't understand. Like, oh, I'm gonna quit powerlifting now because someone said I don't have a spotter in my garage. Like, how long have I been doing this for? I just had this revelation today, babe. After 15 years, I realized I can't bench anymore because I don't have a spotter. What's your motivation? Besides crippling self-esteem issues and body dysmorphia? Chasing records. So, believe it or not, I'm ranked 7th all time for my weight class and age. So over 50, weight class 220 raw powerlifting. I have the 7th highest total recorded in history. I was 2025. I was ranked number 1 in the world, and I had surgery on my bicep. I was gonna quit. I always say that, but you know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna. I didn't know if I had what it took to get back to where I was, and if I can't get back to where I was, there was really no point in me continuing to compete the way I was, because at this point, my mission is to take the national records and get inducted into the USPA Hall of Fame. Which, to do that, I probably need to have. I need to break into the upper 1700s for my total. That puts me like top 3 in the world in history. There's one guy, Dave. What's Dave's last name? He had a. This is 50 to 59. I want to say his mid 1800s total, and then there's one guy underneath him that was in the 1700s, and then there's a couple goes down to 16. I had a 1605, and that was a meet where I had cramps and I blew like my the bench and my last deadlift, so I didn't even have a good competition and I still killed it. Um, I mean, I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but you did ask specifically what my motivation was, so there you go. Now, does anybody care? I don't know. I care. No, I'm fairly well known in the powerlifting community. I have a small but loyal following, and uh, I'm the sport has really done a lot for my life, and it continues to do so. And I don't know, it's just part of who I am at this point, I guess. And I know I'm gonna have to give it up at some point. Father time comes for us all, but I still got one or two left in me. We're not dead yet, boys. And I'll tell you, this fucking iPad is really making me angry. So, one of you kind followers, can you send me a tablet? Alright, here we go. A 45-pound plate hit my foot a few days ago. That was me moving weight off a preacher girl. God damn it, man. We've all been there. I dropped a plate on my foot. I was holding it, and it just dropped it right on my foot. Bam! Everybody in the gym looks at me, and I'm just standing there like, what? And they'll turn around and they go back to what they're doing, and I just calmly walk around the corner. I'm like, ah! You can see my veins popping out because I'm trying to play it cool. I think I broke my foot. All right, we got hello from Russia. What's up? And we got hello from Ukraine. What is going on? Bro, you're huge. Get Gotti. Well, thank you. I know the other guy said I was tiny. So you are at the top of the game. Yeah, I really am. I got a small window where I could really, like, so my last competition I finished with a 1605 total. I had a shit bench. I think my bench was only like 360, 370. I blew the third attempt. But I had a badass squat. I hit 620 pounds, and I went for 650 and I blew it. Am I remembering that correctly? Sweetheart, I know for the deadlift, I didn't go for 700, I went for 680, and I got it to my knees and I dropped it. So I finished with we'll say 650. Well, whatever, the combination of all three lifts for 1605, which I thought was a shit meet because I basically did a water cut, and a very, very irresponsible one. I lost like 20 pounds in one night, that's not like unusual for a water cut, but it is for a guy my age. You can't, I'm just too old to be doing that shit. So come time for competition, I started the morning out. I was just eating fucking donuts, and you really want to refeed with sugars. So after doing a water cut, that's your time to eat all the fucking garbage that you're not allowed to eat. Donuts, cookies, whatever. People they have chicken and broccoli. Fuck that, man. You have to replenish the cells with all the stuff that you lost. Hydration's super important, obviously, because you got to put those 20 pounds back on. That's the goal. I didn't, and squats went great. I killed it on squats. But then when I got into bench, I started cramping up. So I think I got no, that's what happened. I got my first attempt. My opener was 350 pounds, and then my buddy Lonnie, who was judging that day, told me, just, you're done, don't do another one. So I just settled for my opener. I got on the books, and then I took an hour-long nap, and a good friend of mine, he went down to the store, and he brought me a bunch of food and water and stuff, and I spent an hour or two hydrating, because by the time we went through all the competitors to get to the third lift, I was feeling a lot better, and I did the first two deadlift attempts. And on the third one, yeah, that's right, I failed at 680 pounds, something like that. I went for it. And to me, that was a bad competition. I failed. But after it was all said and done, I had the highest total at that competition. It was a local meet. All ages, I was actually kind of disappointed. I'm like, how does my old ass have the highest total? But I did. And they were all like, "You did awesome, man. That's fucking killer." And I'm thinking like, "Man, I really fucking bombed this shit. Like I did horrible." So it's like one of those things that kind of puts things in perspective. And then I had my injury, and I just started thinking like, "Why am I doing this? You know, what am I killing myself for? Am I really going to get those records? Can I really get back to the strength I had before? I'm going to be 52. Do I want to keep putting myself through this shit?" And then a week ago, I hit 405 on the bench like it was nothing. And I'm thinking, let's do this shit. Yeah. I fucked my knee up. Went to the bouncy house with my daughter. My knee's all swollen. I'm telling you, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what. Is it mental illness? All I can say is, like, I've got a small window where I can make this happen. And then if I can manage it, I'll go for it. But I need to get to a point where I can let it go. You know, I got to let it go gracefully. I mean, I think I want to get, like, turn it into mentoring, you know, coaching, that kind of thing, pursue other interests. I'll always be in the sport. I'll always be around it. But it's like, it's probably my time to start bringing up the next generation, you know? Stop thinking about myself so much and start getting younger guys. And, oh, hey, my first competition was 40 years old, so getting those older cats into it too. Um, my story's kind of weird, but not really that unheard of. I am a severe alcoholic, and I got sober right around 40 years old. And I took up lifting, and that became a new addiction, essentially. That's a really watered down version of it. Um, but nobody's ever been arrested for lifting too much. So it's socially acceptable, we'll say. I never came home late. My wife said, "You smell like a barbell. Where you been?" You know, yeah, come on, you piece of shit. All right, so you at the come on now. 405 is your max now, right? I think I could do more. I really do, but um, for a strawberry water, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Wow, I don't know you. That doesn't happen too much. I don't know what to say. Thank you. The sport has age groups. Yes. Where's Thousands comment? Let's see here. How does your old ass have the highest total? Have you seen younger generations? Um, I know. I'm actually with you. So it's either I'm that fucking awesome, or nobody's powerlifting anymore. Now it's a local meet here in Vegas. They have two of them a year. Um, California's got a huge powerlifting uh, community, and Vegas used to have like the biggest of the big, like because that's where all the bodybuilders, Olympia, and that. But after COVID, um, a lot of the big names went back to California and Utah, and Vegas it still has really like the one thing that's been growing exponentially is strongman and the tested divisions, the natty guys. Those competitions have been getting huge. Um, I don't like the natural competitions because they're all a bunch of fucking pretentious dickheads. Like I swear to God, like this is powerlifting. You go to a powerlifting meet and it sounds like a funeral. They're like, "Quiet, please." As Charles is approaching the platform, he's going to be attempting 605 pounds. That's 3.5 times his body weight. Charles is a 51-year-old powerlifter that hails from. You're like, what the fuck? And you go to the untested meet where all the fucking steroid freaks and they're all like, rah, fucking powder everywhere. And they're slapping each other. Guys taking fucking shots of whiskey. And they're like, get some noise going. We're all screaming at each other. Fuck yeah, man. I want to go where those guys are going. Fuck that golf clap bullshit. Unnatural. Are you? Tell me more. Ugh. Tell me how awesome you are and how evil I am because I'm taking advantage of modern medicine and trying to extend the quality of my life past the age of 50. Soviet Russia banned gyms at one point. I don't doubt that, actually. I loved your acting in the Avatar movie. Can you power lift with Mary Had a Little Lamb playing? Fuck yeah, I could. Get Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's death metal. Mary had a. I got my drum set here. You guys want to start rocking out? You are probably a bouncer's worst nightmare. Dude, I, I believe in nonviolence. I pride myself on my conflict resolution skills. I will try to avoid violence at all costs. But fuck around and find out. You put your hands on me, you made your decision. But no, like I'm not that guy, you know. Like I try to be the adult in the room. Eye of the Tiger, fuck yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Not a part of this community, but as a hockey player, I totally get your logic. Fuck yeah, potato man, smasher. I was a goalie, pretty decent. I grew up in Chicago. We had two guys, Chris. What is his last name? God, he was from Canada. We thought we were good, man. And then this one kid from Canada, Chris. What is his last name? Love that dude. Yeah, he's like Wayne Gretzky, you know, like fuck. Where did this guy come from? And he's like, oh, I'm just an average player up there. Really? Okay. It's different animals from my Canuck friends. I hate my bench progress. I always progress on every other lift I can do for 205 for 12, bench 225 for 12 on dips. So, any apps in y'all, we're going to talk after this. I wasn't aware that you had this issue. I guarantee I can get your bench up, but you're not going to like how it, well, you might. I need to get more context from you, though. I got to know what your frequency of training is. And what your linear progression looks like, and I guarantee I can get your bench up for sure. Just stick to what you know. Yeah. Don't be afraid to try new stuff out though. When you are big and strong, you can be violent. The shrimps have weapons. Yeah, but so do we. You think that's what I always joke around because like people, whether you could fight or not, like dude, like one of the worst ass whippings I ever got was a guy that I was 5'3" and probably I outweighed him by probably 80 fucking pounds, and he was a collegiate wrestler. And I was taking kickboxing at the time. I do Muay Thai, and I was fucking Sergeant Cobb. I think he retired gunnery sergeant. I was absolutely certain I was gonna monkey stomp this motherfucker, and I was gonna put a foot right here in his chest and door kick his ass as hard as I could. I had it all planned out in my mind and everything. And as soon as I don't know what happened. He did this thing where he like rolled on the ground, grabbed my foot, and flipped me up into the air, and I hit the ground and this motherfucker's on top of me like a spider monkey, and he's grinding his face into me. He's got the stubble, and I'm like, fuck, get him off me. And he starts rabbit punching me right in the ribs. And he's got me balled up, and I'm just like, I can't breathe. And he just keeps saying, you had enough? You had enough yet? You had enough? And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And he gets off of me, and I get up, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't even throw a punch. And I fought him a few times. That's what Marines do for fun, incidentally. We just, hey, we want to beat the shit out of each other? Yeah, let's do it. Usually alcohol involved. But the point is, like, you just don't know. The most unassuming, like you look at some of these special forces guys, like the MARSOC Marines, they look like Harry fucking Potter. You would not think half of these guys could fight their way out of a wet paper bag, and they are fucking killers. So yeah, you just learn. Like I always assume somebody knows some shit I don't or has a weapon. I am not one of those guys that thinks I can just walk around and fuck people up. I'm thinking more like situational awareness. How the fuck do I get out of here if shit goes down? Like, what's my escape route? I'm planning for contingencies. Um, you know, 51 years old. I got a beautiful wife and kids. I have nothing to prove. Are you kidding me? Like, if you're at my age and you're walking around thinking you're gonna fight people like Wes Watson or some bullshit, you have mental issues that you need to seek help for, because you're gonna wind up either dead or in prison. And all pride will get you killed, man. Um, I would say though, I do pride myself on my ability to defend myself. If somebody were to corner me and I had absolutely no way out of it, I am going to fucking murder you. Like, and it's going to be hyper violent and very quick. And then as soon as I can, I'm going to get the fuck out of there, because I'm not hanging around. And that's like, and yes, I carry a 45. Like, fuck that shit. Like, hey, you want to pugilist? No, but if we're talking about sports, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, that is a sport. You go to a gym, you got rules, there's people there watching you, so if you lose your shit, or you're a psychopath, they can, that's called assault, and you'll probably go to jail for that. But, this two men agree to, under, like, whatever the rules of your sport is, you get in a ring and you go at it. That is not fighting. I mean, that's a sport. There's a big difference between, boxing and a life and death self-defense situation, and just the whole mentality of, like, walking around hard. Like, I don't present myself hard. I don't try to, like, mog people. I try to be as polite as possible. I smile at people. I say good morning to everybody. And I look to see if they look me in the eye and smile back. I pay attention to motherfuckers around me. And I just assume that any one of those could be an unhinged lunatic, and I might have to do something. We was victims, and she. Sometimes he's more on TRT. You just have to ask him directly. Or, Wes Watson went back to prison again. Fuck. Yeah. So if anybody's curious as to what I'm on, believe it or not, if you go back and look at my earlier videos where I was totally natural, I was 100% natty until the age of 46. And I was the exact same weight, 220 pounds. And you could see my physique then and now. I was definitely not as cut as I am. And there definitely was more muscle mass to fat ratio. But I was still a record-holding, tested natural power lifter. I had the American records as a natty. When I turned 46, it wasn't on my birthday I decided to take steroids. No, I mean, it was kind of over time I was showing signs of low testosterone. There's a lot of symptoms that go with it: depression, loss of motivation, you lose your sex drive, lose interest in things that you love. I would still force myself to work out, but I was just like, yeah, I could just tell, like, I was off. So a buddy of mine said, well, you should go get tested, because, if nothing else, like, there could be other issues, like organs going bad, or diabetes, or fill in the blank. So I got a full panel done, everything across the board, and I was low T, which is, it's not unusual for a guy that's, your age, 46 years old. So I still didn't, like, it was not a decision I made lightly, because I was kind of a sanctimonious prick, and I was very proud of being 100% natural. I was like one of those guys, that fucking asshole. I'm natty, I don't need any of that juice. I'm here to tell you right now, I would gladly admit that I was way fucking wrong, because within 2 weeks of going on testosterone, I felt like a 20-year-old. Man, it is unbelievable how much better I felt. I can't even describe to you the difference. Now, when I'm not always on just testosterone. It's called an old man mix. I take this what's called dihydroboldenone, DHB, and it's a mix that's done by a lab. It's a mix of testosterones like Sustanon, and it's got DHB, a little bit of nandrolone, and I want to say Testdeca. It's like I don't know how they do the ratio, but it's stacked that way for a very specific reason, and it's tailored for older guys because you, like, say, if I took trenbolone at my age, let's just say, um, you can not only that could kill you, but there's the side effects like it thickens your blood serum, you get high blood pressure, headaches, you turn into a fucking psycho sometimes, like depending. There's just like a litany of really bad downstream effects, and it's just not something you want to be doing. You don't want to fuck around when you're, over 50. Well, DHB has a lot of the same benefits as trenbolone, believe it or not, and you just take the smallest efficacious amount. Now, how much is that? Well, it goes completely on blood work. So, my last blood work I got done, my free testosterone was 1,080, right there at the target. 1,000 is what we're shooting for. I try not to go any higher. Like when I'm getting ready to compete, I'll go bump that up to like 1,500. But we're talking about like 8 weeks maximum, and it's not. It's like a tapering. A couple competitions, I did throw some Anadrol in there, and I got really, really good results from that. But the problem with Anadrol is it's very acute. So it's like, think of like drinking an energy drink. You get the benefits, the rush, the strength, but as soon as you stop taking it, it goes away. So it's not really good for, if you're trying to put on lean muscle mass that you want to carry with you. A lot of people would talk shit when I had surgery. They said, "Oh, you're gonna lose all your strength and your size is gonna go away, Mr. Steroids." Because people, whatever you tell them, they're gonna just say what they think. Everybody's the liver king, Don't get me started on that guy. But so for surgery, I came 100% off of everything, which I shouldn't have done in retrospect. But I came off of everything. I was 100% natural, and I have it all documented on video. You can go look. I didn't lose anything. And people wondered, well, why didn't you lose it all when all these other guys do? I said, because I was natural until I was the age of 46. And that physique I built was a natural physique. So, of course, I'm not going to lose that. You could keep that with maintenance lifting. So what's the moral of the story? I would say to my younger gentlemen, before you decide to go on steroids, which I am not advocating for, incidentally, really try to build a natural physique as much as you can. Try to get natural strength, because you'll keep that. That'll stay with you. If you get in an accident, you have to stop training. And yes, you do have to you have to do minor maintenance lifting, but it's really, really easy to keep mass that you've already put on. Does that make sense? Like, look at who's that guy? Sounds like that Aladdin parrot, Greg Doucette. He's a good example, because he was a pretty stout power lifter for his weight class, and then he became a bodybuilder, and he was on a ton of steroids, but now he's on, according to him, just some prescription TRT, and he still has a really good physique with my minimal maintenance lifting. I mean, the guy does cycling now, which is like antithetical to bodybuilding. It's because of the amount of calories you burn, and he still looks great for his age. And that's a really good example. You keep what you've earned, but if you just go on gear and you get all jacked up like the Trend Twins or whatever they are, and then something catastrophic happens where you have to stop training, that's when you see these guys melt away and they look like nothing. It's really unfortunate too. So I do not, don't think for a second I'm advocating for anybody getting on steroids. Like, it was a decision that I took a long time to think about, and I really think for guys our age, especially if you want to be competitive in sports and you're still doing your thing, I think that nothing is risk free, but you can do it in a way that mitigates the risk to where it's like, think of it like this. So Anadrol, Anavar, those are two compounds that are manufactured pharmaceutical and prescribed, usually for bedridden patients. They come in like 25 and 50 milligrams. That's like the normal prescription. If you take it as prescribed, that amount, That is no more dangerous than taking fucking Motrin 400s. And people say, that's absolutely crazy. That damages your livers. And yes, what do you think happens if you take a handful of Motrin? It fucks your kidneys up. And I would even say it's worse. But the problem is nobody takes those lower amounts. They fucking take 10 times that amount. And yeah, that'll mangle your fucking organs. So that's why I say lowest efficacious amount. What is the lowest amount you need to get the results you're trying to achieve? And that's like the problem is it's addictive. You get addicted to that powerful feeling, and people want more and more and more, and that shit will kill you. That shit will kill you. You best believe I see my doctor fucking regularly. I get my blood done every couple of months. At my age, yeah, you don't want to fuck around. But I got kids. I want to be around for them. But I don't know, man. It's like live for me, live for them. How much? Where is it selfish? Where do I draw the line? You know, Oh, I love it when the kids, like, I hear the kids talking at school, like, your dad, fucking, wow, man, that's your dad? Like, yeah. My daughter said to me, just, Dad, why are you so old? Oh, because I didn't have kids until I was 36 when I had my son and 40 when I had Della. And when we had Della, Christina's in the chat. And so when we're at school and we're picking the kids up, the other dads in her age group are like 10, 20 years younger than me. So I'm old. I'm like grandpa. But I'm also fucking jacked. And they all look like bags of shit with man tits. Like if my son had this kid that was picking on him. And he had the audacity to say, like, my dad can kick your dad's ass and all that thing. He didn't know me. He didn't see me. And one day I was walking with him. And Aiden goes, yeah, that's him, by the way. And I just looked at him. I was like, your dad can kick my ass, huh? His dad doesn't. I haven't met this guy. Like, I'm just joking around with these kids. But I'm playing it off as serious. And I saw his dad. His dad looked like a fucking neckbeard. Like, he looked like a basement dwelling, like that guy on South Park when they were doing the World of Warcraft. I'm like, that guy can kick my ass? Oh, okay. So, I mean, I have fun with stuff like that. I get a kick out of it. Oh, shit, where did my chat go? Hello. No arm definition. Thank you, sir. I'm not a bodybuilder. No arm definition? What do you mean? Which arm definition do you need? There, it's getting lighting. I'd say that's alright. I mean, you can tell they're arms. I'd like to see your arms. Alright, here we go. If not, just search up Barbary War. Whoa. What topic are we on here? Grande, just don't joke about stuff like that, otherwise it's a timeout. Cheerleading genocide, except for Muslims, isn't following the rules here. What are we talking? Who's Grande? Let's see. Grande sent October 7th makes him cry every year. I must have missed the joke. My deadlift PR is 670. Oh, no. I did 720 for a double on the trap bar, which I know is not the same, but it's still 720 pounds. Probably kick their make it clap. Oh, so we got a little fighting in the chat going on. Let's see here. I see happy and a peace man who enjoys lifting and educated on it. Sad that people come in here and are weirdos. Yeah, GW, I take the good with the bad. Normally I like well, most trolls are like really stupid. They're not smart. And I have a good time fucking getting them all worked up. But I didn't see too much of that tonight. You guys seem pretty cool. I don't know what we're arguing about. What's up, mixed martial artists in the house? So obviously I can't see all the columns. I saw genocide. I don't know what we're talking about, but I trust my mod. Hey, babe, am I missing something in the chat that I should be keeping, be made aware of here? Anti-Semitism makes you retarded. No one here is even Jewish. I'll just leave it at that. And on that note, I think I'm going to lift some weights. Because I don't know what the fuck you're all talking about. Yeah, but like, I think half of them are fucking bots anyways, because when they do make lame-ass comments like that, it's like formulaic. It's almost the same every time. But sometimes I wonder if it's real people. Oh shit, my wife won't be able to spot me tonight because she twisted her ankle. So I don't know how heavy I'm gonna go. We'll see. We'll see how this feels. Actually, I've been talking to you guys so long, I should probably do another warm-up. Ah, fuck it, we're just gonna go for it. Yeah, I'll do another set of that. I need to get set up a little better. I think I could have hit that for like 5. 365? I'll go 365 to failure. My buddy got diagnosed with ALS. Oh, that sucks. That's Lou Gehrig's disease, isn't it? Oh man, that's do they can they do, is it treatable? Dick Nixon, it was a joke, not self-pitying, my bad. I'm not self-pitying myself, so I was having a laugh. Let's see, self-pity. Hey, chill out, guys. Are you guys arguing in my chat? God, you know, I'll be lifting weights and I'm thinking, la la la, this is me in my head, like, everything's great. And I come back and I'm like, fuck you, Jews, Muslims, pigs. Oh, that's not a conversation I'm having. The fuck's, and these are my moderators. Oh shit, I don't wonder why I can't get my subscriber count up. Thanks, guys. If you can't have good help. What compound have you seen the most growth on besides tea? For me, it's been Primo. I really like dihydroboldenone, DHB. I love it. I sprinkle it on my sandwiches. I slathered mayonnaise. No, but it really. I was, over the years I tried different things: Anadrol, Anavar, Masterone. I did try Trend for a couple of weeks, and that kind of started making me go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so I stopped that. But I just couldn't, just trying to find that whatever it is. And a buddy of mine who's an older lifter, trainer, 56 years old, he turned me onto this stuff. It's made here in Vegas, same hormone clinic that Jay Cutler goes to. What's it called? Helix HRT. Now, obviously, that's not doctor prescribed. It's kind of a back. But I don't know if I should be talking about it. Anyway, dihydroboldenone. um, it works. It's like a lot of the same benefits as like your Tren or Anadrol. It's a strong compound, but as long as you keep the doses, you know, lowest efficacious amount, no side effects like at all. The only thing you have to do is you have to make sure your testosterone is a proper ratio to it, because if you're too low on the testosterone ratio to DHB, your little soldier stops working. It wants to go, but it's got nothing left to give. So you gotta be around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, 275 for 10. I could probably do that for 20, maybe. I don't know. 275. Probably, yeah. I could probably do 275 for at least 15. All right. Hey, you know what? Johnny Boy 144 challenges me to do 275 for, which is like nothing. Let's do that. 225. I can go way heavier than this. Well, not way heavier, but 50 pounds. 25. Oh, so that's 25, yeah. 50. That's 275. Let's see how many reps we get at 275. I don't know if this will seem like I'm a power lifter, so I need to put weight on the bar. But I've also got like 5 months to competition, so really, like, I'm at a point where I'm not really following a strict program. The only thing I've been doing is like long recovery, like a week in between lifting. Is he bringing me up like I fucked his mother? You got a Jew right here. Are you saying you should leave, Smart Gamer? Hey! Okay. Smart, I just put you on a 5-minute timeout. And the reason why is because I don't think you're listening to me, and I'm getting really goddamn sick of repeating myself. All you guys need to stop arguing with each other. You are not helping my channel. Do you understand that? This isn't about you. I'm starting to get pissed off because the last 3 streams, all I keep seeing is people getting banned and arguing in the chat. You guys are supposed to help me reduce this shit. When I say stop arguing, you don't. I'm getting tired of it. Everybody calm the fuck down. Smart Gamer, I consider you like a son to me, okay? I love you. But you're pissing me off because you don't listen. Johnny Boy, fucking shut up. Retard. Oh, wait. I think I'm talking to the wrong person. Whoever's making the Jew comments, shut the fuck up. Sorry, Johnny boy. Wrong guy. My bad. Yeah. See, like, I get done lifting, I come here and I'm trying to read everything, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Everybody relax. Chill. I wish I would have worn my Dragon Ball Z shirt. Thanks, Captain. Any reason why you're wearing the sleeves? I just thought they were cool. I don't know. No, not really. Actually, I do have some. A couple. I was doing some welding, and I didn't wear my leathers, so I got some burns on my arm, and I kind of look like a crackhead. So I figured I'd cover those up. How much are you lifting now? I've decided I got 275 pounds on the bar because you're not available to spot me because you injured your. Thanks, Grand Psycho. I'm gonna AMRAP 275. See how many reps I can get it for. Boss man, I'm gonna go for as many as I can. I'm just gonna keep cranking them out. Yeah, so yeah, you guys got to stop with the banning everybody. Like, you guys know what I want. Okay, if they say anything against about children, banned. If there's, advocating violence against other people specifically, like that definitely, we don't anything that violates YouTube's terms of service. Other than that, spammers, spammers put them in a timeout. But don't just ban people that you disagree with because it's not your channel. It's mine. I decide who gets banned. I should at least know who's getting banned, and I don't. I've gotten so many messages after streams saying that people are being banned left, right, and I didn't even have a chance to look at the comments. Like that, I should have authority over that. I trust you guys. You guys have been immensely helpful to me, and I want you to continue, and I'm very grateful for the help. But stop banning people. I at least need to know why. I need to see a reason. I'm actually trying to get my subscriber count up, and it's not helping. Alright, here we go. Now, believe it or not, if you're a troll and you say stupid shit, I'm just going to say dumb shit back to you. I'm not going to ban you. I've got very specific lines you don't cross. You don't talk about kids. And, No, I mean, so the way I look at it is if you have bad ideas and you say stupid shit, we get to say stupid shit back to you. That's how it's supposed to work. If you just silence everybody that annoys you or you disagree with, who's there left to have a conversation with? You know what I mean? All right. I talked a lot of shit, so I'd have to hit this for at least 10. I'm gonna look like an asshole if I can't do it. Oh man, and I gotta work tomorrow. That sucks. I mean, I'm grateful to have a job. All right, here we go. spotter, I would have tried a couple more. How many was that? Whew. Oh man, that's like cardio. You know, we're gonna have to have a talk. Smart, you and I are gonna have a discussion. I'm not pleased with you right now. And I realize the conversation takes more than one person, and my inability to go back and look at the actual comments. I know that they probably said some shit, you said some shit back, but what I'm disappointed at is when I ask you guys to help me and stop, you just continue to keep going. And that tells me that you lack kind of an adult control of yourself. You know, ability to, in a situation, just acknowledge and dial it back. Who doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. It's about being able to control yourself. And that's what disappoints me. I'm going to read everything. I know I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying you did. The issue I have is not who's right or who's wrong. It's when I asked everybody to stop, you just continue to ignore me. And that disappoints me. Because I don't want to talk about this. Yeah, I can go back and read. No, I know people instigate. I'm not saying that you're not. I don't think you're understanding me. People say fucked up shit, and I'm with you. I mean, you have every right to defend yourself. But what I'm looking for is kind of like, you know, the ability to conflict resolution, you know. Believe me, when I'm at work and I'm talking to people I have a strong disdain for, and I'm still polite and professional to them, smile on my face, I'm thinking like, my hatred for you is probably best described as biblical. And I'm envisioning kicking you down a flight of stairs, but we're having a very cordial conversation, and I'm going to accommodate your needs because you're the client. I know that's the kind of self-control we want to cultivate, and that's what I'm trying to get from you. It's not about whether you're justified. It's just like sometimes you just got to be able to turn that shit off, you know? Smile on your face. It's going to be okay. And this is going to be okay too. I'm sorry to interrupt the date, but you share what you do for work. Yeah, I've been in commercial construction for, God, since the fucking pyramids were built. And last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, I've been safety manager. So right now I'm the head safety on they're doing a renovation on one of the resorts down in up on the Strip, the Cirque Resort. I don't know if you guys have heard of that or not. And it's boring. There's nothing exciting about it. I could try to be pretentious and make it sound like, oh, I'm a safety engineer. It pays well. keeps the lights on, and I've been doing it a long time. I know what I'm doing. But it's a lot of politics. It's a lot of sitting in meetings and talking to owners and designers and architects and people that are pretentious and egotistical and solipsistic and narcissistic. I mean, a lot of company owners are fucking psychopaths, and they wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, but everything like you're absolutely meaningless to them the second you cost them money. I'm in that liaison. Like, I'd be like a warrant officer in the military, where I'm the guy that's not in the white collar and not in the blue collar. I'm right in the middle. You know, the liaison between the two, and me and the superintendent. The superintendent, he is in charge of what gets built. I'm in charge of how it gets built. So we kind of react as a team. It's a pretty cool job. And I was a steel worker by trade. The only place where I'm told to dumb down. All right. All right. Sorry, I just had to. I asked nicely. I asked nicely. I didn't ask for justification, and you failed to follow my instructions. That's unfortunate. I love you. We'll bounce back from this, but I just put you in a 24-hour timeout. Okay, I was curious because when he was lifting, I noticed the left-hand side pushing a little harder than the right. Holy shit, what the fuck did I just stumble across? You stumbled across a family spat. Dad, I had to put my dad hat on. The kids are arguing and nobody's listening to Daddy, unfortunately. And it's all feelings now. They've lost their ability to use logic and reasoning, and it's now feelings. It's just anger. And that's unfortunate because you've allowed your emotions to hijack your critical thinking ability. And that's really what I'm trying to get you to grasp here. That's the lesson. You know what I mean? Like if you're reacting out of emotion, especially when you're heated, you're not making logical decisions. And this is when it can become regrettable because now you're talking to somebody who purposely has the ability to shut that off and just be like this no matter what you say to me. And I'm trying to get you to absorb that. I want you to be able to have that ability when you're in conflict, whether you're right or wrong, whether you feel like you're not being heard or the person that you're talking to isn't understanding you. Like in the chat, when there's a million sentences and 100 different people saying 100 different things, and I don't know the context of the conversation, I don't know who's right or who's wrong. All I know is that it's highly emotional and you're acting irrational. And I'm trying to get you to stop it. And it's not for any other reason than for you to cultivate the ability to do so in times of stress, because this will serve you going forward, especially if you become a professional or you work in business. You need to be able to turn it on and turn it off. You can want to fucking choke somebody until their eyes pop out, and you can want to batter them unrecognizable, but you need to have the ability to end it with a smile and a handshake, and you live to fight another day, right? That's what I'm trying to get across to you right now. And you're not getting it, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll have another chance. How long have I been on for, guys? 12:26. You've been a good mod and been chill, helping me with my questions. Respect you. That's my wife, and she's awesome. That's what I'm looking for moderators. Have you done Vince Garanda's egg shake or eat raw eggs at all? What do you think of that? So blood visions. I actually did the 12 egg a day diet for a month, because I'd read what I learned to be a rather misguided study that if you eat enough eggs, it actually has anabolic effects. And it's not entirely untrue, but if you really dig into the research, you find that it's very, very flawed. And all I wound up doing was getting really bad gas. But I will say we have chickens, and we have farm fresh eggs we raise, That's mostly my wife and my daughter. Uh, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful source of protein and excellent nutrition. You don't have to add a whole lot to have a complete diet. But if you eat nothing but eggs and you have any kind of digestive sensitivities, you're going to have a bad time. Rather, the people around you are going to have a bad time. Yeah. Cool and Luke. Hell yeah. Thank you, X-Just. I appreciate that. And they taste better than store-bought eggs. Hell yes, they do. Shout out Tina, mixed martial artist. My wife says gross when I did that. I like smelling my own farts. Is bro natty? I'm artificially flavored, but I'm fat free. Alright, so I got a 1 or a 2. Should I cut the stream off now and cut my losses, or do you guys want to see me do weighted pull-ups? 1 for cut the stream, 2 for doing pull-ups. Alright, we'll do pull-ups. Hi-oh. I actually have a pull-up belt, but I couldn't find it, so I made one out of rope and duct tape. Start out with 20 pounds. Oh, uh-oh, my chat went away. All right, here we go. Pull-ups, and this on a high note. Mixed martial artist, 100 for 2 joules. Thank you, brother. 6'7". I'm so sorry for typing Christina Remington. I didn't realize I said Christina Remington. No disrespect. I don't, none taken. You just need to be lean to have muscle striations like that. Well, it helps have muscles. No, you know what you really need to have striations like this? Good lighting. You get I very strategically placed this light so it's right over my rack. I am not a bodybuilder. Although I play one on TV. But yeah, so the answer to your question is yes. You gotta, I think you'll start seeing striations when you're probably under 15% body fat, I would say. I saw a really pulling. Yeah. We'll go up to 40. Have you ever farted whilst lifting? I've shit myself. Why do you think people choose not to work out? I don't know, man. Dude, so it's hard. If you to train like we do, you almost gotta be a little bit of a sadist or masochist. Because it's all, you're driven by results. You know, for me, it's lifting the max possible. For a shiny medal and records, no one's going to give a fuck about. You know, whatever pursuit, endeavor the perfection you're chasing, I guess, is a means to an end. So, I wouldn't say lifting particularly is all that enjoyable. It's usually quite punishing, but it's kind of like, you know, an alcoholic that loves whiskey. That first time you ever drank whiskey, what did it taste like? It was fucking awful. But years later, you love it. It's still disgusting. I drink black coffee. Black coffee's fucking gross, but I miss it. I love the flavor. You know, you can taste like the hints of chocolate and moose piss or whatever the fuck's in the bottom of that silver bullet that's been boiling for 24 hours straight. We've become addicted to it. It hijacks your dopamine system and you get rewards for, you actually start getting addicted to the pain. You know, you wake up in the morning with delayed onset muscle soreness, and that for most people is crippling, but for a powerlifter it's like, yeah, I finally got a good workout in. You're like, what is wrong with you? But dialing it back to realistic, you know, what do you need to have to maintain a nice, healthy lifestyle? Like, to be able to do the things you want to do as you get older, whether that's rock climbing or bicycling or just playing with the kids, you know, in the front yard, throwing the football, that kind of thing. Do you need to be a psycho? No. But there should be, and this is science. There's no stronger evidence for delaying the effects of aging, such as like Alzheimer's or your decline in your cognitive abilities. Nothing has been proven to work better than resistance training. So it's like Christina's got her grandmother is in her 90s, and she's really ambulatory. She walks really well. That's one of the things. My grandma walks really good, but you know, if you asked her to bend over and pick a pen up off the floor, she couldn't do it. And I was maintained if she would have done just a little tiny bit of full range of motion resistance training, like body squats, push-ups, some kind of resistance training, she would still be able to do all of that, including her ability to walk well. So, um, older people, they get it wrong. They think like as long as you just stay active, you're walking the dogs around or whatever, it's not enough. And you don't have to push it psychotically. You get little 5, 10 pound dumbbells and your shake weight, you know, blasting that thing like you're a fucking circus seal. uh, you know, it, and it opens the doors. It opens the doors to being able to get into other things that you love. Like when I first started training, it was just to get into better shape because I looked like a bag of shit, and I became addicted to the results, and I kept making progress, and so I kept going, and I thought, man, I'll never stop getting stronger. I wanted to see where that wall was, and I've gotten to the point now where it's painfully slow to add 5 more pounds to the weight, but I still am hitting PRs at the age of 51, and I just don't know where. I think my body's gonna fly apart, like I'm gonna get that tipping point. It's gonna explode into a bunch of pieces, because I want to know where that ceiling is. Where is it I can push this body to? And I'm also trying to do it in a way where I'm not gaining any extra weight. I was obsessed with benching more, and everybody told me the same thing. Well, you should put more weight on. And I did. I ballooned up to 230, 240, and I was able to bench more. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was hitting like 425, somewhere around there. But the problem is, that comes at our age. That comes with a bunch of issues trying to get the weight back off. Walking around at 230 pounds, my knees were killing me every day. I was training Muay Thai. I can't even jump to kick the bag. Like I lost all my mobility. So it's like for every 1 pound you add to your body, it's like 10 pounds of pressure on your knees. So if I stay under 220 pounds, I'm just real comfortable right there, right between 190 and right around 200 pounds is like a good weight for me. I could do everything I want to do, and not have like constant throbbing, aching joint pain. Now, how do you think people can overcome laziness, Joe? It's hard. It's cultivating self-discipline's hard, but this is what I tell everybody. If you want to start something, you got to do it consistently. So, like say you start working out, and you're gonna do 100 push-ups a day, whatever, fill in the blank, whatever your exercise is. And you get to day 3, and you're like, I don't want to do it. I always tell people, just show up, just go to the gym, even if you don't feel like it, just fucking go there. Even if you just go to the parking lot, walk up to the door, turn around, get in your car, and go home. Okay, you went to the gym. Make yourself go. That's the hardest part, is that first 90 days. And it helps if you have someone you're accountable to. If you can have somebody like saying, I got this goal and I really, really want to achieve it, but I need a little help. If you have somebody that's willing to call you up and be like, hey, motherfucker, did you get, or we'll meet you there, you get better, that's really helpful. Once you've done something for, what is it, the literature, babe, is like, say, 90 days it takes to really establish a habit to where you don't have to force yourself to do it anymore. So if you can make yourself be consistent 3 times a week. Now, so my rule is when you first start training, you're not allowed to miss more than 3 days in a row. So the ideal is 3 days a week for 90 days, but never more than 3 days off. And if you can stick to that for 90 days, it'll be so much easier to just keep doing it. I have equipment at home, and when I first got it, I let that make me lazy. I didn't work out for like 2 or 3 months staring at this equipment, and the excuse I had in my head is like, well, I'll start tomorrow. It's right there. You know what I mean? And then I noticed, I'm like, starting tomorrow is taking a long time. Like, when's tomorrow coming? But as soon as I got going, it just fell right in. And having this channel kind of helps me, because on the days where I'm just like, fuck this shit, I'm thinking, I better do a video. You know, like I'm kind of accountable to you guys. But believe me, I have my days. Like I've been going through it a lot lately, and I have the benefits of having trained for so long. It's really easy for me to maintain the appearance, you know, the looks and all that. But the real like the training I really need to dive into in order to progress to get to a point where I'm going to compete again. It's even I have just days where I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore. But then I just keep thinking, if I just quit now, I would have wasted all of that to get to this point. Fuck that shit. I'm getting those goddamn records. I almost wish there was a time where I wish that I would have hurt myself to the point where I couldn't continue just to make the decision for me because of how arduous it is to train. Like there's a difference between you can train 90% and go hard and people think there's a hard man right there. It is super easy to go 80-90% all year round. It's that extra 10% that you really need to dig into to get to competition level that kills you. It is like that's a whole different hell yeah. Oh, I gotta, yeah. Oh, I know you're frustrated, babe. That's kind of where my wife's at. She's a gym rat. She used to be my training partner. And she keeps hurting herself. But no, you got, it's not your fault either. You got hit by how many car accidents were you in? 3? Uh, 40. What are my 10s? Oh, there's one right there. Average. Okay. You look like the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, thank you, I think. And, but I'm still jacked because I did it naturally. Ooh, Captain Sanctimony, we're so proud of you. I don't care about being jacked, I care about being strong. And trust me, you ain't at my level. No, I'm playing. Don't take me seriously. Sort of playing. Mine was from a car accident too. Wishing you a speedy recovery. I've never taken HG. Not because I'd be against it or anything. I can't afford it. It's expensive. It's like $500 a month for that shit. I would love to know more about it though. Because I'm looking into like getting on NAD plus and metformin. I was talking to a doctor about those 2 compounds, and they sound really, really promising for anti-aging. The perspective of one day off comes from someone who's comfortable with giving up training. Your mind that put in require the amount of effort to take so much. So it's fine to take a day off. Yeah, but you're also dealing with the opposite end of that, man. And it actually pains me to see the frustration that you're going through, and I wish so bad I could help you, and I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what can I do? But I'm here. Like when we're ready to get after it, you know how we do. Does powerlifting degrade spinal discs? It degrades everything if you're not careful. No, honestly, if you lift properly, it improves everything. Absolutely. But the problem is it takes, especially when you get to like the real high. So you gotta. This is why we do periodization, because there's guys that lift all year round. They never shut off. They just go, 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 and they grind themselves to pulp. So how do you get longevity? How are you at the age of 52, 53, 54 still competing with guys in the open division and not injuring yourself? You've got to do periodization. You got to like take time away from it. So I train Muay Thai, do bike riding, we do rock climbing, we do a whole bunch of stuff. Powerlifting is like 20% of my year. I go hard for 13 weeks, and then I go compete, and then I'm fucking done. Like I spend most of my time doing physical therapy lifting, and that's actually going to be something I'm featuring on my channel more, because I don't think people realize that I would say 80% of my lifting is like I can still do the splits in two directions. I can kick over my head. I do tons of stretching. It's all about flexibility. People see like stiff meathead, and when I'm powerlifting, I do get stiff. I notice it in the videos, like I'm walking around and like I'm like, but no, like when I'm done powerlifting, like that shit gets. And when people say, "We see you lift heavy all year round," yeah, that's what I'm talking about, maintenance lifting. So let's say you're a 700-pound squatter, and it kills you to get to 700 pounds. Like now you're doing disc degeneration. Well, it's actually really fucking easy to maintain a 680-pound squat the rest of the year. It's like nothing. You've already got you're actually sandbagging. So you can literally like just squat like heavy twice a month and maintain 80% of that strength, and you're not really hurting yourself. You don't even feel like you're challenging yourself. It's hard, and those numbers are arbitrary. It could be 315-pound squat, and you worked your ass off to get that 3 plates on there, and you're like really super proud of it, but it killed you. Well, it takes you want to stop doing that for a while, but you don't want to lose all those gains. You could do it 2-plate squat, sets of fit 10 or whatever, a couple of times a week, and maintain all that strength. You don't have to lose it. I can't read Lemon's comments because this stupid block keeps getting in the way. When I hit it to see it, this little thing comes up. I want to see what profound wisdom and sanctimony this prick has for me. I can't. Fuck this tablet. Oh well. I'm sure it was profound. Man. Babe, for Christmas, can I get a decent computer? Alright. My former military. I'm a United States Marine, yes. Holy shit, I'm on steroids? I had no idea. What do I do? It's funny, like, when people say steroids, like, I go, what's your point? And? Like, seriously, what is your point? I want to hear your point. You have my attention. Please, enrich me. make it him manic, the problem, it seems like a well-disciplined, emotionally mature man probably couldn't piss him off. Oh, I'm human. I get comments get under my skin every once in a while, but like you can't like really like think about it. Like you're on YouTube, you know that there's imbeciles sitting on their toilet who have nothing better to do and they hate their lives, so they're just gonna go troll people, and most of them are really bad at it, which is kind of funny to me. So I have fun with those people because they're usually like sub IQ idiots that are really. If you're gonna troll, you should at least be good at it. Like that's your purpose in life. What are you doing? You're just wasting my resources and my oxygen. But every once in a while, I do get comments that will get under my skin, and I play pretty cool. But for the most part, I just I can't imagine like caring about some random person I've never met. I don't even know who that person is. I've never met him. Like I'll get comments where people or they'll say things like they're the authority, like nobody wears their holster like that. That's not how you shoot properly. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, what made you the like? Who said you're anybody we need to listen to? Like, why are you the authority on this subject matter? And I always ask people that, and nobody ever gives me an answer. So I'm like, all right, let's move on. I guess it's like kind of one of those things. Life is short, and we should probably not take this shit too seriously. I mean, look at I'm a fucking dumbass lifting weights in this garage. It's like. Why do I get cramps in my abs whenever I try to train them? I almost never train them, but whenever I do, I always get cramps in my. And it's really discouraging. Cramps. I would look into. So when you're saying cramps, your muscles seize up, like they're tightening. Because to me, that's you got to look at the mechanism. And my wife's in the chat. She's the biology major, so correct me if I'm wrong here, sweetheart. But look at the mechanics behind cramping. It's an electrical signal that's misfiring, and that could be a couple things. There's 3 electrolytes I would look at: potassium, magnesium, and sodium. Most people are perfectly good on sodium, but we are. You'd be surprised how imbalanced a lot of us are, especially with the Western diets, the shit boxes that we eat. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I just had half a sleeve of Oreos before I started working out. But if you're getting cramping, the first thing I would do is I would take a multivitamin. I keep a bottle. It's just calcium, zinc, magnesium, and potassium, and I take that and drink plenty of water, because that's the other thing is you need to have the fluids so the electricity can transmit. And if that doesn't solve your cramping issue, then I would look at because if you never work them out, I would find it hard to believe that you're training in such a way that you would be overloading your core. It seems like a really weird area to have specifically, because you look at what kind of training are you doing? If you're not training your abs specifically, what movements are you doing? Gather around class, yeah, right? For some reason, it's only when I try to train abs and have anything else. Only if I overtrain my calves. I get them in my calves. And that actually, like, if you get lower body ones, one thing you want to look at is your limbic system. How to fix bad posture. I don't know. It depends on what the posture issue is. I'm gonna put a book on your head. All right. Whoa. Muscle fatigue is pain more than cramps. Cramps are from a deficiency. Yeah, so my wife is she's a microbiology major, and she's gone to school for like body stuff. So she's really the one that I get most of my information from. Neck hump, slouching a lot, tight shoulders, feels natural, lean forward. I don't like it. Christina, that's actually, you've had some experience with that. Where you get the neck hump from slouching. Did we use what did you use to correct your posture when you were going through that? I know I bought that harness that pushes the shoulders forward. It like pulls them like, no, the other way. It goes this way. Pulls them back. I was gonna say that's the wrong way. It's a harness that you wear, and it looks kind of like pistol, like the little X harness, and all it does is it pulls the shoulders back, and then, but you got to do something to, like, so I have posture issues where I have an interior pelvic tilt, so when I relax, I tend to stand on my gut sticking out, but if I turn my hips forward, it flattens out. So I'm not even flexing right now. It's just from standing correctly. You know? So that's a posture issue I had because I had a major back injury where I had 48 stitches across my L5 and I lost feeling and I had to learn how to re-walk again. I was in traction. And then I bad posture from that. So I have to constantly remind myself to stand up straight. Otherwise, it looks like I'm pregnant. Feels like it pulls my whole body forward. Forward like this, right? So, the next stream I'm on, I'll show you this harness that corrects that. I think you just go on Amazon and do a search for posture harness. Try to use pink salt with water from sodium. Besides that, I don't. And just creatine. Creatine's awesome. Are you getting zinc? Are you getting enough zinc? Like, cause that's so the one just to synthesize testosterone. The body needs zinc, D3. Help me out, babe. Creatine is for the ATP cycle, which is how the cells produce energy. So creatine's good, but it has nothing to do with the electrical signals from firing muscle fibers. Science, science. You got your upper factoids, your chesticles. Yoga, yeah. Yoga's fucking awesome. Ooh, sciatic nerve pain. Holy shit. Yeah, I have bad sciatica. You're looking at the nerve cluster that comes off of your L5, L6, and it runs. So, if you go on my page, I have a playlist. It's physical therapy, and it's almost exclusively lower back pain, sciatica movements from when I lost the use of my leg. And if you watch them in chronological order, now these are old videos, they're not that well edited, they're kind of hard to watch. I'll admit I wasn't that great at what I was doing, but the information, the movements will fucking save you. So there's like it starts with like the first video I made was where I could barely lay flat on the floor and do clamshells to work my piriformis, which is a small muscle that's in under your glutes, which for most powerlifters is as tight as a guitar string, and it tends to choke the sciatic nerve off. But I mean, that's just one possibility. Sciatica can be caused by a myriad of things. But if you go through that playlist, show some outstanding movements that will that all. And I do. As a matter of fact, my next live stream, so subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to dedicate my next live stream to doing nothing but sciatica and hip movements. I need to do it anyways because I've been kind of lagging on it. Vitamin issue or deficiency would affect my other muscles as well. You wouldn't think so. So, and it's two things can be true at the same time. Because like I would get cramps in my calves, which was cured by taking those vitamins. It helped it, mitigated it. But when I dug into why I was getting it in my calves, I found out it was because of my limbic system, which is like your return, the way your body returns fluids. And I found out it was from sitting too long in a chair. Like when I get off work, I have a gamer chair and I sit in it. I always watch YouTube videos for hours sometimes and just veg the fuck out. And I found out that just sitting too long was starting to cause issues with my limbic system, and the way and I was starting to get like ankle swelling a little bit. My doctor had me start. He prescribed cardio. I mean, everything was fixed by cardio. Cardio and stretching. You know, it's hard to say. So, cause to God. I wish I could get some one-on-one time with you because I just, without proper context, we're all just kind of spitballing based off of what you're saying on in your questions, and these are all generalizations that will help pretty much anybody with sciatic nerve pain. But is it going to help you specifically and with your very specific, it sounds like, ailment? I don't know. I would need to know more about it. Like, what was the cause? Were you in any accidents? Like, what happened to get you to this point? Was it like what I said, sitting in a computer chair for too long? Like, a lot of people, they get the neck hump from typing. You'll see these guys like accountants and lawyers, the huge traps, giant traps from sitting and typing. No muscles in the rest of their body, but these enormous trapezius or whatever the fuck they're called. I need one more sit here. I think I'm at my max when I get like 3 reps on that last one. Yeah, shorten this a little bit. Yeah, that was 80 pounds. So, a total of 300 pounds. All right. All right, guys. I think I need to get going to bed here. We've been on live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, my next video, I'm gonna try to do. I'll stray away from powerlifting a little bit, and we'll get more into some physical therapy stuff. I think you guys will find interesting. I will see you guys on the battlefield. Hopefully you'll be around for the next one.